And I am recording now, yeah.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
So hi.
Hi, everybody. I guess we're doing episode 1 now.
Yeah, right, exactly. So
Cool.
You guys heard the intro episode already.
I gotta get my notes because I was not ready.
See,
Surprise me. Hold on.
you're good though.
I'm good because I did notes.
Yeah.
So I've been talking to Dana about this for a couple days. I'm like, so you make sure you do your research for this episode, Dana. And what was your answer to me?
I didn't do my research. I didn't because
I'm just gonna wing it, she says.
That's exactly what I said.
So I'm like, all right, someone needs to do something here.
It's because I'm a terrible human being.
No.
I mean, it's basically it.
Basically because I didn't do my research. I'm terrible.
No, I think that you did the right thing. I didn't, but I did say I would wing it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Cool. Well, I have notes,
See,
and Dana's going to wing it. So let's see how this goes. So we're talking about rebooted television shows.
Yes.
Yes, and this came up because of a show that we both used to watch in high school.
Yep.
Beverly Hills 90210.
Yes.
In which I forgot. This is the second reboot.
It is the second reboot. I'm glad that you said that because the first one was on, was it the CW, I think?
The CW.
Yeah.
Yes. That ran from 2008 to 2013.
That piece of shit ran that long.
It ran a while, and people liked it, Dana.
It was terrible because Aunt Becky was on the show.
Was she on the show?
She was.
I don't even remember. I think I watched like one episode and went, nah, I'm good.
I didn't even get that far. I think I only did like previews of the show, and I was kind of throwing up the middle finger the whole time. Like, you can't bring this show back. Donna and David got married on the very last episode of the original 90210.
Right.
You can't. How are you going to fucking top that?
Absolutely, yeah. So I remember this second reboot, or the first reboot.
Yep.
And I remember a couple years later seeing commercials. I'm like, that thing is still on? Are you kidding me? I could not believe it.
Well,
so there was an audience for it somewhere, I guess.
There had to have been, like, because I think it was, wasn't it? It started when they were still doing those other shitty shows like the OC and all of that crap.
Like the OC.
Did you?
Yes.
So did Mike.
Really? Mike did?
Yeah.
You guys have to see Mike. You don't think he would like that show.
No.
Me and my wife, we used to watch that show all the time.
Did you?
And she's actually gone back, because it's on Hulu now. You can go back and watch it.
Oh, sure.
So she's gone back, and now she's like watching it again with my kids.
That's like me with Felicity. Although, because I loved Kerry Russell, because I used to be a fan of, who the hell am I kidding, of the new Mickey Mouse Club when it came out, like the 90s version.
Yeah, I noticed that, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't tell from my tattoo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when that show, I think it was like season 5 or something, that Kerry Russell was on. And then, of course, then she was on Felicity. Mm-hmm. So that's what I followed. But I mean, they didn't do a reboot of that show, but like just kind of.
But they should, right?
I mean, they totally should.
I never saw it. I know who Kerry Russell is, but I didn't never watch that show. Not my.
I started rewatching it again recently. I'm totally getting off topic for a second. I started rewatching it again. This is like my 5th or 6th time because it ran from 98 to 2002. And I thought it would hold up because I have such fond memories of it because I love New York also. It's like one of my favorite places in the world. And no, it's actually kind of a piece of shit after you're 40.
As many things from when we were young that become a piece of shit when you're older. You're like, wow, this is really terrible. Really terrible. What comes to mind is again, we're going off topic.
We're totally going off topic.
This is what we do here.
This is our show, damn it.
Yeah. Don't judge me. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
You know what? I think I only ever saw one.
I saw them all. I was a big fan.
Did you?
And the first Turtles movie, I watched over and over and over. I probably knew every word to that movie.
Did you?
From beginning to end.
Was that the one with the Vanilla Ice song? Go Ninja, Go Ninja,
I think that was the second one.
Okay, sorry. Totally interrupted you, but sorry. Okay.
No, fine. But yeah, so I used to watch that, and then like years ago, it was probably like 10 years ago or something, in that neighborhood, I sat my daughter down. I'm like, you gotta watch this movie. This is gonna be great. And we're watching it, and she's just watching it like, really? And I'm like, this is pretty bad, huh? And she's like, yeah, this is pretty bad. I'm like, let's finish it. But
you got to get through it. Just
acting is terrible. Everything about it's terrible. Corey Feldman is terrible.
He was in that movie?
I believe he was one of the voices, like Donatello or something. Yeah.
Really?
He's one of the turtles. Yeah.
Oh God, this is before he totally got crazy.
He's probably on his way.
Probably.
I'm sure he was on his way.
Yeah, that's accurate.
All right, so let's talk about what we actually came to
We'll
talk about
loop back.
a little bit.
Yeah, so you said
So-
Beverly Hills 90210.
Yes,
Okay. Did you watch the episode the other night?
I watched the episode.
Okay. So, total initial thoughts, because I'm really interested to hear what you think, because we have not discussed this.
No, we have not. So, all right, cheese, super cheese. So the episode took me by surprise. It's just the way they went into it as to how we're going to do a reboot show.
Sure.
At first, I was confused. I'm like, why is she calling her Jenny? And why is she calling her Tori? I don't understand what's happening here. But they're playing themselves, kind of real life, I guess, going into a reboot show.
Ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Very hyper versions of their actual selves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, as Tori Spelling and like Ian Ziering was like, just the two of them just were so like cheesy. Their whole thing, like I think Ian Ziering thought he was still doing Sharknado.
I forgot about that. Because Mike and I were talking about like what those people have done post like the original Beverly
Right.
Hills 90210, and I'm like, oh fuck, that's right, he did do Sharknado. I never saw that, but
I never saw it either.
you know,
I think I'm never going to.
same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what the rest of them have done. Like Tori Spelling did a reality show which they kind of touch on.
Did they talk about how terrible her face looks?
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Total like sidetrack for a second. I know that I think Jason Priestley did get into directing.
Mhm.
Jenny Garth, I know she did. I think it was the show What I Like About You with Amanda Bynes, and I can't remember the other
you're
broad's
right,
name.
you're right,
yeah. So I mean, she did some stuff after that too. But Tori Spelling did the reality shit.
Uh-huh.
Shannon Doherty did Charmed after
Yeah.
she got fired from 90210,
Right.
and then I think she got fired from Charmed as well.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's fair.
So that's her deal.
Luke Perry, I mean, rest in peace. We obviously know like he went on to do other acting gigs, and he was on what's the show that he was doing before he passed away?
Well, I don't know. He just did the Quentin Tarantino Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes, I
and
saw
I had
that.
forgotten about that, and I saw the movie a week ago. And I'm
Oh,
like, oh, it's Luke Perry.
yes.
Yeah.
I forgot that until I saw something the other day that mentioned he was in the movie. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Didn't realize that. But I mean, I feel like I don't know what the hell Andrea Zuckerberg did, aka Gabrielle Carteris or whatever her name is.
I think she had her own like talk show for a little while.
Did she really?
I believe so. I should be wrong. People will tell me if I'm wrong on that, but I think.
By
she
the
did.
way, I knew she was like 100 years old in the original reboot, or not reboot, the
They were
original
all
show.
old.
She is almost 60 though, so she
Yeah.
was. I didn't realize. I knew there was an age difference,
Yeah.
but she's almost 60 now, and I was like, holy shit! I didn't realize that there was an actual 10-year difference between her and the other cast members. The majority.
You could tell, I mean, you could tell back then, but weren't they all like something like 25 playing 17-year-olds?
I mean,
at the time.
that's the
and
thing.
she was
though.
probably like 35
She's
playing
like-
17.
She's like almost 40 playing
Yeah.
17-year-old.
They didn't
Cool.
hide it the way they dressed her though back then either.
They-
though. She was like super
She
conservative.
totally was with
Yeah.
the terrible like 90s suspenders and all that crap. Yeah, just
the
awful.
big glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, so I'm sorry.
What was
So
your opinion on the show?
so I kind of knew going into it that it was going to be a quote unquote like reality style show,
Okay.
and I think I was actually texting back and forth with one of my girlfriends. She texted me in the middle. She's like, "This is a piece of shit," and I was kind of like, even Mike said, it served its purpose. It like for what it's supposed to be. I don't think it was the worst thing in the world. Total cheese. There was definitely like cheese moments. I feel like they ham-fisted a ton of stuff in there too, like the David and Donna saga, and then
Yeah.
her stealing the dress, her prom
That was
dress.
terrible.
It
That
was
was
so
so dumb.
stupid. And the first like cheers that they did for Luke Perry, that was cheesy on the plane too. Like
Yeah.
I didn't.
Then Jason said something when they all got together in the hotel, kind of gave a little nod to him.
Yes,
I
Which-
wish
that was
there
a
had been a
little
little
better.
bit more, just any fun.
he was such an integral part of that show.
Yeah.
Forever,
Yeah.
and that's same thing. Like the end, I thought was really cool when Donna and Kelly, because I'm not gonna fucking call them by their first names. They're Donna and Kelly. When they were watching themselves in the original 90210, and then you see, I think it was Jason Priestley and Luke Perry in Luke Perry's car.
Yeah, the little like when they signed out there, it was like for our friend Luke Perry.
Yeah, it was
was
really
pretty cool.
sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool. But I mean, I'm gonna still watch it and see how much worse it can get, because I feel like
It's like, oh, there's a fire over there. I'm gonna go check that out.
exactly
Yeah.
dumpster fire. Like that's kind of I'm definitely going to watch it. And it's only because I was such a fan of the original.
Yeah.
I have to see where this goes. And especially when Shannon Doherty, when they finally bring her back onto the show.
Yeah, that was interesting how they brought her on. It was almost kind of like, it was reminiscent of her leaving the show. It's like, I'm going to come on from the outside.
Yeah.
Here I am with animals and rescuing, donate me money.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out, because the other chick that's coming back too is that Emily Valentine broad.
Oh my god.
The crazy one who set fire to something or whatever when she was dating Brandon and when they broke up. She's coming back on too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how many of the other castmates come back.
I would like to see Tiffany Amber Thiessen come back.
I'm really curious if they're going to bring her back, because what was her name on the show? Val, I think.
Val, I believe. Yeah.
Right, and then who? Vanessa Markel or whatever the hell her name was. She was on General Hospital, but I know she was on the show for a little bit.
She was on something else too, and not the time to try to remember that.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
you
know
exactly. General Hospital.
Yes.
Oddly enough, I used to watch General Hospital with my mother.
It's okay, I did too. That's how I got into it.
She liked it. She's like, "Oh, watch this." I'm like, "That girl on there is really cute."
Pretty hot.
Yeah. Side note: I got to meet Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
What?
Yeah.
You shut your whore mouth. When?
Like a year ago.
What?
So she has a cookbook.
Yes.
She came to Naperville at this bookstore out there doing a signing. I'm like, I'll go see Tiffany Amber Thiessen with the cookbook. I don't care. So I got to meet her, got my picture taken with her and everything.
Oh my god.
Nicest person in the world. Got to have a small little 2-minute conversation with her. It was cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. Even I'm like, my wife's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going to go meet Tiffany Amber Thiessen."
That's
She's
so
like,
cool.
"Go live your dream. Goodbye."
How's her cookbook though?
I have no idea. I've never opened it.
I've heard good things about it. That's why I was curious, if you had ever tried anything in it.
I have not. I have her signature in there, and I have not opened it. I have a couple other signed books by other people.
Okay.
With those.
That's smart though. You want to preserve it. I get it.
I'll open it up eventually and make use of it and be like, look, it was worth the money.
Right.
Like $30.
10 years later.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Whatever.
That's awesome. Oh my god. So she was on Saved by the Bell originally, right?
There was a lot of people there with Saved by the Bell shirts on.
I was wondering if...
I did not wear... I have one now. I didn't have a Saved by the Bell shirt at the time.
Do you?
My wife bought it for me for Father's Day.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I didn't have it at the time, but there was a lot of people that had that shirt on. I'm like, I'm not going to go in like that, wearing that shirt. Y'all fanboy. I'm here enough.
Well, so oddly enough, there is a connection to 90210 besides Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Tori Spelling was on Saved by the Bell as Screech's girlfriend, Violet.
That's right, she was.
Yeah. So, as I was thinking about that the other day, I was like, that's just really interesting how that wound up happening. They worked together on Saved by the Bell, and then all of a sudden Tiffany Amber Thiessen joins for 90210.
Well, Tiffany Amber Thiessen's like, who is this? I don't know who this is. Oh, I was on Saved by the Bell with you. Remember? Were you?
Before my face looked like plastic. Yeah.
Well, that happens.
I'm sorry. I got to go on a tangent for that, though, too. Tori Spelling was terrible. Whatever work she had done. And now, I get it. She is an interesting looking woman. She was when she was younger. But she wasn't the worst looking thing in the world. And then whatever the hell she did to her face, she has a Joker smile for real. She really does. And it was, I kind of felt a little tinge of sadness. I'm like, you're not Donna. You're plastic Donna. No.
Yeah.
And the bad boob job, too. But anyway.
I didn't notice. But...
It's really bad. That's why I think they're kind of hiding her boobs on the show, because it was a really bad boob job.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I think with the girls, I mean, the guys still look the same.
They totally do.
And the girls have all changed a little bit.
They have. Shannon Doherty, I feel like she's the only one who still looks pretty true to herself. Yeah. And maybe she's had a little bit of work done. But yeah, Jenny Garth had some stuff done. Tori Spelling obviously had stuff done. I don't know about...
Maybe not Gabrielle Carteris, but she's
maybe not. She's also 80, so it's fine.
She's dead. She's basically dead.
She's basically
what
dead.
You're saying.
She has 2 feet in the grave. It's fine. But yeah, so are you going to watch again, though?
I'm going to give it at least another episode. I'm going to watch it again.
Okay.
It's saved on my Hulu account right now.
Okay.
So I will watch it again.
Sorry, my nose is being stupid. I'm rubbing my face
weird.
like a
child. You don't have to say that because they can't see you.
I know they can't, but I'm rubbing my nose like a child. Anyway, yeah, I'm curious to see how this week goes.
Yeah,
we'll have to circle back on the conversation. I think they only have 6 episodes that they were signed on for.
Is that it? Okay.
I think that's all that it was. So I mean, we could
See
even
if
circle
catches.
back. Yeah, we could
Yeah.
even circle back after it's like done to see if our
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do that.
if we think it's still a dumpster fire, which I'm sure we will still think that.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see though.
All right, so moving on. So like I think probably the biggest like reboot was probably Full House. I think almost kind of what started it in my mind is getting the Fuller House.
Yes.
So I'll say this about the new one. My youngest watches it. She's 10. Watches it nonstop.
Really?
Yes, it's like 4 seasons in now.
Is it, so it is. So it did get renewed.
It's still going.
Interesting, because I think I only watched a few episodes in season 1,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't terrible, but it didn't hold my attention to keep watching because is Bob Saget even on there?
They have like the guys. So Joey,
Uncle
Danny,
Jesse.
and Uncle Jesse appear here and there.
Okay. Oh, so they do.
Yeah, they come on every now and then. So they're not
Oh.
an integral part of the show. It's mostly based Candace Cameron.
Okay.
With her kids, her husband, I believe, died, and their last name is Fuller, so that's why it's called Fuller House.
Really?
Yeah. So it's mostly centered
Interesting.
around them and Kimmy and Stephanie.
Okay.
So-
No Ron Swansons though.
No, I love that, by the way. So there is a clip out there on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
YouTube, you found
I
it?
think no. Actually, it was Facebook, and the page. It's Dr. Fakenstein.
Okay.
So yeah, please continue though.
Well, it's your thing, but so they do the intro, and all the people's faces from the original Full House are all Ron Swanson faces. So they all have the mustache, their little squinted grin on his face. It's hilarious.
I died. I was laughing so hard when I saw it. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
This is
I wanted to
amazing.
bring that up too because I'm like, oh, this is Data posted this. I got to talk about this. So yeah, I watched that and I showed everybody that was around me. I'm like, you need to see this.
But he's not on Fuller House, so it's a bummer. But
No,
so
he could be on any show. It'd be great.
he could be on any show. I love him in the Sling commercials with Megan Mullally, his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Swanson's amazing, but he's not on Fuller House, so
He's not on Full House.
don't
so
listen
it's
to
not
me.
that great.
Yeah. But okay, so you said her husband died. Like that's Candace Cameron's
Yeah.
husband died. And
Still
that's
living in
like
the same house.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, so they're in the original house.
that's right.
Interesting note on that too. So I was in California a couple years ago. Went to that house.
You did?
I did, and I forget the producer's name of the show, but he bought that house so he can film in it.
Stop it! I
Yeah.
didn't realize that.
Also, too, the neighbors hate it.
Do that.
So there are signs
Oh.
on the neighboring houses that are like, "Be quiet, people actually live here." So when we showed up to this house to take pictures, we're like, "Oh man, now I feel like a jerk."
Oh.
But luckily, there was not that many people when we were there, so it wasn't too bad.
That's good. I mean, but that's the thing, though. I get that it can piss the neighbors off,
Yeah,
but they should also be kind of cool with that too because it's iconic.
yeah. I mean, how long have you lived at this house? Did you not know what your next door to? was?
Exactly,
Maybe.
because what the show started in like the late '80s.
Yeah.
And now they're rebooting it. I mean, not rebooting it, but they've already rebooted it. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. You know that's going to... I get it, but still.
Yeah.
People that... I did not realize he bought the house, though. That's cool.
Yeah, he bought the house just so they can film inside it because they used to film inside it, but I guess they also had sets on the lots.
I kind of thought so, too. Like, the backyard, that was clearly a set because
Yeah.
you could tell, like, that's not what they were
It's
doing.
like the worst backyard ever.
Oh, it's awful.
It's tiny.
It's fucking terrible. Right. But we're out here with my beautiful, giant backyard.
Right.
That's why it
And
bothers me.
they have like a patch of grass.
Exactly. It's like living in the
We're
city.
going to host a big birthday party in this patch of grass with all these kids, and everyone's just crammed in there like a club.
The Fuller Club.
Mhm.
So, do you like the reboot though?
It's fine. If I need to watch something that, like I'm not going to watch Orange Is the New Black with my children.
Oh
like, okay,
God,
they're in
no.
the room. We'll watch Fuller
Right.
House. You know.
That's fair.
So yeah, I have to find those alternatives occasionally. Like they'll come downstairs and be like, "Dad, are you watching an adult show?"
Yes, honey,
Yeah, I'm
I
watching
am.
Walking Dead. All right, I'll see you later. So yeah,
Now, how old are your girls again?
13 and 10.
Wow,
Weird, right?
that's
Weird.
you got a teenager, my friend.
I have a teenager. Yeah.
That's
She's a good kid. She's not teenager yet.
good.
Kinda-
They were both sweet. They were
Yeah,
both
they're
so
all right.
sweet.
No, I think we did all right with them. So it was good.
I think you did. I think you did too.
Anywho, enough about me. Don't worry.
Don't worry, I'll pick your brain again later and make you talk about yourself more. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
I mean, you will. We'll work it in there slowly.
So anyway, so moving on. Gilmore Girls. Were you a Gilmore Girls fan?
I was not, but I heard. Is it still like? Is the reboot still going?
I think it was just one season.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
But
were you a fan of the show?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
Okay.
So you didn't watch it?
I didn't.
Let's move on.
Yes. Okay.
We don't need
Good.
to talk about that one. Okay, we'll talk about this one. Will and Grace.
Yes.
I love that show.
I'm so glad that you brought that one up because
Yes.
that was one that I had on my list.
And I think a
in
very
my brain.
successful reboot.
I think so too. The first few episodes, though, were not great.
They weren't. They didn't find their old groove yet.
Right.
And,
right.
I think it took like maybe 3 episodes before they found it.
I think so because it was too. I think they were just forcing it to be too political at first too, with all like the jokes and stuff.
Yeah, they would kind of roundabout come around to like, let's find a way to make fun of Trump here.
Exactly, and
which I'm for.
I'm totally for as well.
But
it didn't. I don't think it landed well. It was just awkward.
Right.
It felt awkward, but like they hit their stride.
Yeah.
But I read something the other day that they're only going to be doing this through next year.
Yeah.
So,
fair.
But that's okay. I'm happy that they even came back in the first place because I loved the original.
So we were talking about. You mentioned Megan Mullally.
Yes.
My favorite character on television, I swear, was Karen.
Oh my God.
Will and Grace.
Karen Walker's the best.
Like I wish I had that wit. It's amazing. And then when I found out her and
Ron Swanson
were married, I'm like, oh my God, I want to meet this couple and hang out with them.
I know.
They're the funniest people alive.
Well, it's funny because so this is not obviously a show that's rebooted, but I had never seen Parks and Rec. So like people would always talk about Ron Swanson, and we finally, like Mike and I just binged all 7 seasons within like 3 weeks.
Interesting thing with Parks and Rec is that they took a couple seasons to find out that Ron Swanson was gold.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And I loved it though too because they integrated Megan Mullally into that show too. So speaking of her, so very brilliant. Except the last season sucked, but that's not what we're talking about. Yeah. So anyway. But Will and Grace though.
Will and Grace, agreed. I love the reboot.
I love that you're a fan of that though too. That makes me really happy because I don't think a lot of men would admit that. It was a great fucking show.
It was good. It was funny. I mean,
yes.
Guys can like funny. Come on.
Agreed. But I feel
about the rest of it, you know?
Exactly. That's awesome. I'm glad that you brought that one up.
So I got one that's not a successful reboot. Roseanne.
You don't like the Connors?
I don't watch the Connors.
Okay.
I kind of checked out after the Roseanne part of the reboot ended, and I was kind of like, whatever. So I haven't listened to the Connors.
That's okay. So because I have a lot of other friends as well who are not fans of the show. I personally like it. I think the fact that they kind of gave the reins to Sarah Gilbert and
she kind of took them because didn't she get everybody together?
I think it was her who did get everybody back together for the show, to agree to do it. Mm-hmm. But I think she was also like writing for the show, maybe not initially, but I think like obviously now she is.
Yeah.
There's some stuff there too that's a little bit forced, I think, but I actually liked it. So I think it got renewed for another season, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Maybe I am, but I thought that I heard that it got renewed again. And I know you say it's not successful, and I'm curious to hear why you think that.
All right. So the Roseanne part of it, so like I said, I checked out when the Connors came. But I thought the show was funny. I don't like old Becky.
Oh my God! And her character's awful on the show.
She's a terrible actor.
She is.
I'm sorry.
Yes, she is.
She's a terrible actor.
She is.
Give me what was the other one? So Sarah Chalke.
Yes.
Give me her.
Thank you.
She was in the show.
She's been in it throughout.
I liked her as Becky way better.
I did too.
I love John Goodman. Anything John Goodman does, I'm in.
For sure.
I love that guy. So, and I loved his. I think his character came back.
Yes.
And it was very good, very funny.
Me too.
But the show being being centered around Sarah Gilbert was not my favorite.
You know what though? I can understand why. I can totally give you that because I think it's not what anybody expected. I mean, certainly nobody expected that Roseanne was going to fucking flap her gums.
Crazy Twitter.
Yes, yeah. And that was so silly. But I mean, they're kind of making more examples of people who do that shit, and so she got fired and. Yeah. They already had they already had signed on for it. So I'm glad that they kept it going. Because I don't know.
I was surprised they kept it going.
I was actually surprised too. But me personally, I think it's been successful. I do not care for, like you said, original Becky. I don't like her as an actress, and her character on the show now, it's like she's not a good actress at all.
No, she's one step away from being porn acting. Like, this is bad.
Yes.
I'll watch the rest of this.
Yes.
But this is bad.
But it is bad, and they do bring Sarah Chalke back throughout the first season, so it wasn't just a one-time thing. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, Darlene's son, I like that they incorporated like that LGBTQ aspect into it, but that also seemed a little bit forced. So same thing with DJ's daughter. She's African American, which is cool. Clearly, I have no issues with that, but I feel like that was also kind of a forced storyline, and like his wife and stuff like that too. So
yeah, because he was like, at least the part I watched, DJ was very like second to everything else that was going on.
Very much.
So the first time around too, like
sure,
he was so little. It's like, oh wait, they have a son too. Right. I forgot about that. There he is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it plays out with that show. I really am, because
I think it's gonna play out in cancellation. But
I don't totally disagree. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not holding my breath, to be honest. So that's interesting.
You probably could, and they'll get canceled within 5 minutes.
Right.
So you'll be fine.
All right, so we've established that Matt does not care for the Connors, so we'll move on to see what else he might care for.
All right, something I do care for. So did you ever watch Prison Break?
No.
Okay.
No, my sister used to watch that show though, but I never watched it.
So I watched Prison Break when it was originally on, and I ended up never watching it to the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
So then when it got rebooted, I'm like, oh, I gotta actually watch this now. And so I watched it, and the first time round part of the series was very good.
Okay.
The second was so forced. The storylines were just trying to be dramatic, and it was like it fell apart very quickly.
Aw, that's a
which
bummer.
is sad, because like some of the characters are really cool characters in there. The storylines were interesting at one point, but then when because they actually break out of jail at one point, so it's like it's not about being out of the jail, because I think they spent 3 seasons just trying to get out.
Oh, no kidding.
And then they ended up in another jail in another country.
Oh shit.
So then they had to break out of that one. So eventually they're like, all right, well, we can't stay in jail forever.
Well, yeah, and how are you going to continue that storyline? Was the foreign jail, was that the second, like the reboot version?
No, that was still in the first part of it.
Oh.
Yeah, the reboot, and I only caught a little bit of it just because it got bad pretty quick. I believe they were out of jail the whole time, and it was just not as good. I think it was like his kid, but Michael Schofield, like the main character, was supposed to be dead, but his kid was involved in like trying to find him and stuff.
See, it's like that stuff when they force it. Mm-hmm. And I think this kind of leads me to like it's not exactly TV show reboot, but a lot of shit is being rebooted these days, and I think it's just symptomatic.
Movies.
Yeah, all the Disney movies, doing the live action stuff, and I think it's just symptomatic of people trying to have a cash cow because they know it was successful the first time.
Yeah.
And then you're going to try to play on that again. Like, okay, fine, I'll give that to you, but get some fucking original ideas.
Well, that's the thing. It's a free idea.
That's
this worked once.
Exactly.
You know what we should do? Lion King.
Right, exactly.
Same story, by the way. Same exact Lion King. It's just...
Did you see it with the kids?
I literally saw it today.
You did?
Yes, because I've been wanting to take the kids, and Aladdin went out of theaters. I'm like, oh man, we better see the Lion King.
Oh, they had it at the McHenry Outdoor Theater still a couple weeks ago.
Last week.
Was it?
Yeah, it changed.
Ah, damn.
So we saw Lion King literally before I came over here. That's why I was 15 minutes late.
That's okay. I mean, shit. How long did it take us to get set up? It's fine.
So, but yeah, I literally just saw it. It's really cool. It's the same story, but visually awesome. So
Is it?
That's the only real reason to see it, honestly.
Okay.
And I have a man crush on Donald Glover, so.
Oh my god, I love him.
He's amazing.
Childish Gambino. Yeah, love him. That's okay. So then I probably won't see it in the theater, but it's definitely something that I want to see at least.
Yeah.
Because I did hear that it was beautifully done.
It almost looks like there's real lines.
Really?
It's pretty damn close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to Jon Favreau is the one who did this one. Okay.
Yep.
I'll have to check that
Swingers
out.
fame.
Yes,
Weird.
yes. And that movie Chef that he also...
Oh, I love Chef.
I love that movie too. There's a show on Netflix that he does with the guy who helped him do Chef, the actual
going
Chef.
around eating different things.
Yes. Yeah, it's awesome. So Totally not on the reboot shit. But, I mean, I guess it's kind of a little bit of a reboot of the movie, but into, like, a series on Netflix.
Yeah.
Check that out for sure.
Yeah,
I can't remember
definitely.
what that's called. It might even just be still called Chef.
Food, I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, something like that. But anywho, sorry, back to the TV reboots, though.
So I have some interesting ones that I wrote down, too, because I didn't even know they were being rebooted.
Sure.
Some of these are a couple seasons in, so I'll see how much I'm paying attention. MacGyver.
They rebooted that?
Yeah, that one's, I believe, 2 seasons in right now.
Really?
MacGyver's been rebooted. Dynasty.
Dynasty got rebooted?
Dynasty got rebooted.
God, I guess I need to, like, catch up on my pop culture shit, because those are things that would hold my attention.
What else? Dallas.
Dallas also?
Yes. Now, I had heard of that one, but it's... Yeah, they got a couple seasons.
Really?
Yeah.
And are these just on streaming, or are these on, like
different networks?
Really?
Some of them are on, like, networks you've never heard of. CBS is doing... I believe they're the ones doing MacGyver.
Like, actually on TV, or is it on their streaming?
No, it's on TV.
It is?
Yes, like, you can go find it.
That's crazy.
And I used to love MacGyver. I watched it with my uncle.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, we used to bond over that.
What was the dude's name? Dean Anderson?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Yeah, I liked it back in the day, though,
the
too.
The reason I love duct tape. MacGyver, you know?
Did they have to kill all the ducks for it, though? Ha 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 ha.
Okay. Fear Factor?
Really?
Yeah, Ludacris is the
host. You shut up.
That's MTV.
Oh, and it's a fucking MTV.
I don't watch MTV anymore.
MTV is horrible.
I'm over 30. I don't watch it anymore.
The only thing I do watch on MTV, admittedly, is Catfish, because I love Neve Schulman. He's hysterical, and that's the only show that I will watch.
Those poor people.
I know.
Miami Vice got rebooted. Yeah.
People cannot see my face, but I'm making a scrunched up, confused look on my face right now.
Very confused look on you right now.
What?
But here's the couples that I am excited about. DuckTales got rebooted.
What?
Yes. And so check this out. Go to YouTube and check it out. There's a clip of the reboot, and it has all the characters there, like the guys who are playing them. So who is Donald Glover's alternate guy? Abed on Community.
Okay.
He's one of the voices on there.
Really?
A lot of famous people are involved in that reboot.
Oh my! And is that going to be on streaming or on a network?
That is on Disney XD.
What is that? Cable or?
That's cable, but then Disney has their own apps you can watch that stuff on.
Oh, because that's what the Mickey Mouse Club, the new reboot of the Mickey Mouse Club, which was also rebooted. But it's all on. I think it's on their streaming stuff. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, DuckTales was one of them.
Really?
There's going to be. You're going to love this. The Jetsons cartoon.
What?
Live action.
What?
It's in the works. In the works.
Who's signed on for this?
Oh, I don't know yet. There's not even that much info on it.
Really?
I was trying to find a release date when it's coming out, and I couldn't find anything.
Nothing, huh?
No.
Interesting, but it's like it's legitimately going to happen. It's not just an idea.
Well, we'll see. Other things fail.
That's true.
One that I was super excited about when I was looking for this was Elf. It died.
Oh, did it?
I was like, they're going to reboot Elf? That was one of my favorite shows as a kid.
It was one of my favorite shows too. Oh no!
But the reboot died a year ago when I was looking through it. And I was you got to be kidding!
Bummer.
Yeah, it was pretty close, I guess, but then it just fell apart.
It's just
Elf probably didn't want to do it. He's retired now. You know?
He's sitting pretty eating cats somewhere, so it's fine.
I mean, someone's got to eat the cats, right?
I mean, I get it. Really, I did not realize that that they had that in the works.
Yeah.
Either Elf or the Jetsons. I never heard that. The Jetsons will be interesting if it goes
especially
somewhere.
being live action. Too.
Yes,
so you got to get someone with the hair.
Yes.
The George hair.
Get the chick from B-52s to play somebody to Kate. What's her face? I feel like she's got the weird hair. She could be somebody on the show.
Are you thinking of? Oh man, I can't remember the name of it. The wife from Married with Children.
Yes.
And that was on Sons of Anarchy.
Yes. Peg Bundy. That's not her name for real.
Email us the name. We can't remember.
Katie Seagal.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. Anyway.
What else? Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Isn't that currently?
That's currently out.
Is it?
Completely different.
Is it?
Yes. It's more, what would be the word? It's a little bit darker. Maybe not a little bit, a lot. It's a lot darker.
Really?
Yeah, it's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. My daughter loves it.
It's on Netflix, right?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. much darker turn than previously.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What's the other one with Dax Shepard's wife, the show that she did years ago?
Mars.
Yeah, and that's rebooted too.
That was rebooted.
Okay.
So I didn't watch the first one.
Me neither.
But I like her.
Totally.
So I pulled it up. I'm like, oh, I'll watch Veronica Mars. So I actually watched the first episode of that.
Is it good?
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not bad. I think it's pretty close to the same as what it used to be.
Okay.
So
I mean,
down the middle.
I feel like if you're going to do a reboot, that's why I think Beverly Hills, like BH 90210, kind of just
Stupid
pissed
name.
me off. It's totally a stupid name. I'm glad that they retained the theme music, though.
Oh,
That
yeah.
it was the same theme music. But I feel like if you're going to do a reboot, like Will and Grace did it, stick with the same kind of... What's the word I'm looking for?
Same
Formula. Thank you.
Yeah.
Stick to the same formula that you had the first time around. I get that you might not catch lightning in a bottle twice, but at least if you're staying true to the original storylines and stuff, I think that's where you're going to get success.
Yeah.
I think.
I hope with the, like, that's why I'm saying I'm going to stick into another episode of that.
Totally.
Instead of like, all right, here's the show now.
Right.
And we're not cheesy anymore.
That's my hope.
And that we kind of fall into what it used to be. At least.
Exactly.
You know.
That's my hope.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see.
They definitely got some storylines in there that you're going to want to see through a little bit. Maybe,
For sure.
Andrea with that girl that was in the bar.
Yes.
Ian with his wife.
With his wife,
Yeah.
cheating on him and
Yeah.
whatever. I'm curious to see how that plays out for sure.
Definitely.
And then, obviously, when Shannon Doherty finally comes onto the show.
And how everybody reacts.
And how everybody reacts to that. Because I know I did read an interview before it premiered last week. She said the only reason she signed back onto it was when Luke Perry agreed to do it. Because she didn't want to be made out to be the villain on the show.
Because she didn't do it?
Because,
Or they would write her that way?
Or that's right. And that's what she was concerned about. So, obviously, they came to a happy agreement somehow for it. So, I'm curious to see how that plays out when she comes on. For sure.
Definitely. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think there was one more. Oh, Mad About You is being...
What?
Yeah, Mad About You is being redone. It's on some weird network that I've never heard of.
Really? And
yeah.
is it going to be Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt again?
Paul Reiser, Helen Hunt. And that's going to be soon. When I read it said fall.
So I kind of do want to see that because I really liked the show. You know what? I'm glad that they have not fucking tried to do a reboot of Friends.
No, I don't think that's ever happening.
And it shouldn't ever happen.
Oh,
it shouldn't.
That makes me think of one. So, The Office. So they've been talking about doing a reboot.
What?
For a long time. Hold on, don't react that way yet.
Okay.
So, so they've been talking about doing a reboot. They get asked about doing a reboot all the time. And Steve Carell's like, no, we're not doing it again.
That's what I've always heard him say.
So it sounds like it's dead. The idea of doing an Office reboot is dead. But Steve Carell is going to do a show that he signed on with the same guys that he did The Office with.
Okay.
Do a show called Space Force.
What?
That is about them making a Space Force the 5th military branch of the United States.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
So I kind of feel like this is almost like the Orville, making fun of Star Trek a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, is it a network or is this going to be a streaming thing too?
I don't know yet.
Okay. I love me some Steve Carell.
Exactly.
I mean,
Space Force.
Yeah.
The idea of this is just hilarious.
Yes.
So I hope he's not just playing with people and be like, what we're gonna do? We're gonna do
just to
Space
fuck
Force.
around. Yeah. That's kind of like my
Stop
hope.
asking me about The Office.
Right.
You know.
Oh my God! Now, I mean, who all could you get though still to come back for The Office? Even if they tried to do that.
Well, who's doing what now? John Krasinski has a real career.
Exactly.
Ed Helms has a real career.
Dwight Schrute.
Dwight Schrute.
He really has one too. Jenna Fisher too.
And she left the show early.
She did.
And I think she regretted it.
I mean.
Yeah. Ellie Kemper. She's got her own show on Netflix.
Does she really?
Yeah, you haven't seen that show?
No.
Oh my gosh.
What's it called?
Oh, don't ask me questions like that right now. She plays a mole woman. I can't remember the name. She plays a mole woman who's like stuck underground. This guy basically like takes these women underground, saying there's going to be a nuclear attack.
The Adventures of Kimmy Schmidt.
Kimmy Schmidt. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. No. Okay, so I have not seen.
Oh my God! Watch that show.
Is it really good?
Tonight, watch that show.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of season 3 of Glow. That's what I
I
want.
haven't started watching that one yet. I've seen the first 2 seasons. I haven't started the new one yet.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Mark Maron's great.
I fucking love
He's
Mark
playing
Maron.
himself. He's essentially playing himself.
He really is.
If you ever listen to his podcast, he's playing himself.
He totally is. But I think you'll like this season when you get into it.
I will soon.
I think you will.
There's other things I got to finish. I'm like, I can't start a new show yet. I got too many going on.
Well, in Glow, I mean, it's like a dramatized version of the actual Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling that really was on. So I guess in a way, it's not an exact reboot, but it kind of is, or
You're
at
just
least
talking your way into continuing to talk about Glow on our reboot show.
I mean, I kind of am. I'm ham-fisting that now. I'm totally ham-fisting that right now.
How can I talk about this?
How can I talk about this?
Yeah, it's a reboot. There was a thing like that once.
No, talking about reboots in general, though, like it just makes me think of other things. Maybe not, you wouldn't call them reboots, but like music. A lot of like remakes of songs that we talked about earlier too, movies and stuff. I just wish that people would get original ideas. I really do. Like the reboots, the TV shows, it's just shocking to me.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting thing. So I brought up the film yesterday to a friend of mine.
How was that?
It's a money grab for, using the Beatles music, basically.
Okay.
So that's what I'm getting at. It's like, this isn't really original material. They're using the Beatles to make money for this movie.
Sure. Sure.
And that's exactly what it was. It was a waste of time. I mean, if you love the Beatles, fine, go see it. But,
and I love the Beatles, but I don't feel like I need to see that movie, because there's another movie out that's similar to that.
The Elton John movie, Rocket Man.
It's that, but there was another one. It wasn't yesterday, but it was also similar to that.
There's one coming out where they kind of take off of Bruce Springsteen.
That's it. That's the one. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's disappointing to me, though, too, because I think, in my opinion, what has happened, why people are doing all these reboots, you're trying to hold people's attention. You have things like this where we're podcasting. There's so many different types of media out there these days. People have to stay competitive, and that's, again, like, they know if it worked the first time, let's try to capture that a second time. And that's the same thing, like, as I mentioned at the start, I'm a huge fan of the all-new Mickey Mouse Club from the 90s. Like, I grew up with that. I went to the MMC 30 reunion that they had in May. That was a reboot of the one from the 50s and the 70s, and now they've got another one. I feel like it started last year. I think that's what it was. It's not on the Disney Channel, but they do it streaming, and that's another reboot. So it's that same kind of concept, though. Like, how can we keep this going? Let's just keep reusing shit over and over. And I can get down with it sometimes, I think, but I think it just aggravates me more.
Well, there's so many networks.
Yes.
NBC's now competing with Netflix, and HBO is like killing it with all these shows.
Yes.
There's networks like was it Mad About You or one of these ones I was talking about. They're on this network called Freeform, which I've never even heard of.
Yeah, Freeform. What the hell was the name of it used to be something else. It wasn't Freeform. I think they rebranded like a year or two ago. It was some other network that rebranded. But yeah, I get the channel on my Xfinity lineup, but yeah, it's
hit Xfinity.
Please don't sue us for using your name. Yeah.
Or just sponsor the show. So
or do that. Yeah, okay, do that instead.
Netflix too, I'm available.
Right, exactly. Call us. We'd be happy to take your call.
Yeah.
There are a ton more networks, because you figure when we were growing up, it was the major three: CBS, ABC, and NBC. And then Fox came into the mix because that got big with The Simpsons.
The Simpsons, and then Keenan.
In Living Color. Yep.
Really
then Cops, when Cops came on that network, because that was on Fox. Like, all of those shows.
So many versions of Cops now, by the way. It's just ridiculous. Go ahead.
It's just, and now they have to compete with streaming. Also, YouTube. Yeah. That's a huge one.
Channel.
Yeah. It's huge, and it's just trying to stay competitive in that game. I can't even begin to imagine that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even. I could. Yeah.
Well, there's like CBS themselves. If you don't have a cable network and you want to watch it through their app, you have to pay for it.
Yes, they started doing that. Yeah, because they have some content that is not even it's not even on the actual network. It's only on their streaming service, and I I get it though. They have to figure out ways to stay competitive. And like you were saying too, you've got HBO, which is killing it with their lineup. Showtime as well.
Yeah.
Showtime. What's the Shy? Like that's a great show. That's
haven't seen yet. I want to watch that one. Jim Carrey's got a show on there.
Yes.
That comedian one. I'm Dying Up Here.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, everyone.
It's got to stay competitive, but the recycling of ideas. I don't see it getting any better.
Yeah.
I just don't see it getting any better.
I don't.
So.
I got one show left, and I was saving this for last because I think this is going to be the one you're most excited about.
Okay.
Party of Five.
What?
Yep. Party of Five is being rebooted.
Everybody, is it the original cast?
Different cast though.
Really?
Different cast, and it's very much going to be kind of a today type issue.
Really?
3 children, their parents get deported. Like all of a sudden they get deported.
Get out.
Yeah.
And what is this streaming or is this on a network?
I believe that's going to be on a network. I don't know which network.
Really?
Yes, but it is in development. There's characters, there's storylines, and it's coming.
Because wasn't it on Fox originally?
It was on Fox,
okay.
yeah, same time as like Melrose Place and all those.
That's
90210, I think around the same time.
Okay, that's what I thought. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I have heard nothing about that.
Yeah, check it out. I mean,
I will totally.
I'm definitely gonna look it up when when that comes out. It was funny because I said that to my wife. I'm like, hey, Party of Five. And she's like, you watch Party of Five? Kind of like what you said earlier. What guys watch Party of Five?
But no, but I'm
like guys who like Nev Campbell.
Exactly.
Come on.
And what was the other chick, the younger sister, whatever the hell her name was? I can't remember. I don't remember. But I liked Party of Five. It was a really well written show.
Absolutely.
When it was first on. So I'm interested. I'm wondering if it's the same writers, even maybe.
Maybe.
I could hope that that's what they would do at least. Maybe not, but I'm really excited that you told me about that. I had no idea.
Yes, I was saving that one because I'm like, I know this one's going to get excited out of all of these.
Seriously.
Party of Five. I mean, that's probably of the ones that are coming. I'm like, oh, I definitely got to watch that.
Do they have like a release date or anything that you've heard?
Not yet. I think they're still in the middle of the scripts.
Okay. I mean, hey,
there is a trailer online for this.
There is.
There is a trailer online. Yes. Check it out.
And it's just like a bunch, and I don't mean this in a derogatory way, but it's just like a bunch of nobody actors.
None that I don't recognize.
Okay.
I just watched the trailer and just saw that this is coming on its way. But yeah.
So the parents get deported. Is it like a Hispanic family?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of what I figured from what you said, but I didn't want to make that assumption.
Right.
Interesting. I'm totally
something
to
look forward
that.
to, and we'll talk about it when it actually comes out.
That's what I was going to say. We'll have to talk about that when it comes out.
Maybe do a recap, reboot show or something. A rebooted
reboot show.
Oh, God, I'm a genius. I'm a genius over here.
Matt's killing it over here, guys.
So that's everything I believe I have here that we're talking about.
You did good.
I did all right.
That's a really good list.
Yeah. I'm going to make Dana do more work next time.
I mean, I need to do more work next time. And we'll have to figure out what we're going to talk about next time. I don't think that's going to be hard, though. There's so much to talk about out there.
Everything, you know?
I mean, yeah, I kind of have some ideas floating in my head. Oh, you know what I did want to tell you really quick before we wrap up? We were talking about this last night during game night. Mm-hmm. They're actually going to do a reboot of High Fidelity, the movie, but it's going to be a show.
I did see that, actually.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz, so they're doing like a gender swap as far as like the main character. Zoe Kravitz is going to be the record shop owner.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know, I don't have details. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be based in Chicago again or not.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to me, too, that people here last night didn't realize that it was originally a book. That was
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, the book is fantastic. Okay. I read it, years ago, but it was based in London, I believe.
Huh.
Or, somewhere out in England, but I thought it was London. But, yeah, I'm interested to see that when it comes out, because it's funny, Zoe Kravitz, Lisa Bonet's daughter, because she was in the original movie. Because I was like, is she going to be the Marie de la Salle character? And they're like, no, she's going to be the John Cusack character. Yeah. So curious to see. Yeah, and I'd really like to see how they can thread that into a show, though.
That will be interesting. It's probably not going to be anything like the movie, I'm guessing.
I don't think so.
Because they need ongoing storylines.
They have to. So
High Fidelity, I thought it was a great movie. I'm a big John Cusack fan.
He's a dick.
I've heard that.
He's a dick, but I'm a huge Cusack fan as well.
Yeah, he's done, so we're in Chicago area.
Yeah.
He's come back and done, talks and stuff, and there's certain movies he does not want to talk about.
So interestingly enough, and clearly this is not a reboot conversation at this point, but... this is turned into trash John Cusack.
Trash John Cusack.
All right,
go.
last February of 2018. I think it was like the 30th anniversary of Say Anything or something like that. So we went up to Milwaukee because they were doing like a Q&A with him.
I wanted to go to that.
It was fantastic-ish. He was kind of a dick to the chick who was interviewing him. He was just a straight up ass. She would ask him some questions, and there was like several times where he's like, I'm not going to talk about that, or it was just very flip answers that he would give, and I was like, wow, dude.
That's interesting, because I would imagine going into that, he would be like, here's what we're not going to talk about.
You would think so.
You want me to be here? This is not what I'm going to talk about. Instead of just going into it and be like, no, I'm not. I plead the fifth.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what it was, and I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Dude. But seeing that on the big screen again 30 years later was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a favorite movie of mine. In Your Eyes happens to be me and my wife's song.
I love that.
So, side note, our 15-year anniversary is coming up in a couple days.
Oh, that's right.
And we actually watched our wedding video last night with the kids.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, obviously that song we danced to and everything like that. So.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so sweet. Yeah.
That's so awesome, though. She's a good one. You got a good one.
She's all right.
You'll keep her around for a while.
I mean, I already have for 15 years.
Exactly.
15?
I mean, it's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Whatever.
That's awesome, though.
So,
congratulations.
There, I talked about myself.
You did.
I did.
You
That's
did.
all you're getting right there. That's it. I'm done.
Here, I'll give you my wedding video, and you can take and burn that since I'm divorced now. You could just burn that DVD. It would be fine.
I'm surprised I even found our DVD. We are not good at keeping track of stuff like that.
Really?
Oh, pictures and everything, yeah. My kids' baby books, like, we've probably stuck to those for a good 3 months.
Oh, God.
So, not our deal.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it and plus, like, as we've gotten older in the evolution of technology, and people don't really take physical pictures, like printed pictures anymore. It's mostly all, like, digitally captured
it's in the cloud.
Yeah, it's in the cloud. So it's kind of the thing that I've moved to as well, but we're not going to go off on that tangent.
And we don't need to.
We don't need to.
But we're going to get this podcast up in the cloud.
We are going to get this up in the cloud. So I'm going to have to look at everything, but I don't think we have to do much editing because it was a really damn good conversation.
I think so.
I think so too.
I think you did okay, Dana.
I think you did too, Matt.
Aww.
No, we don't have all of our social media up, and we don't have the email address and everything up yet, but I guess we should tell them the name of the show, right? Because we didn't even say that.
Did we not say that yet?
We totally didn't say that. That's okay.
God, that's terrible.
I know, we're awful human beings, but it's okay.
It's okay. So, all right, the name of the podcast is... Man, I'm blanking. Hold on.
Do it.
The Journey to the Middle.
Yes.
The reason why it's a podcast about pop culture. It's a quote from Almost Famous, one of my favorite movies.
It's a fantastic
movie. And Lester Bangs says it to William in part of the movie about meeting all your old high school people back in the middle. So we kind of rekindled our relationship here 2 years ago at our 20-year high school reunion. So what the hell? Sounds like a good way to go.
It makes sense, and I really like it.
Cool.
I really, really like it.
So I guess we're done now.
We are done.
Right.
As soon as we get social media and stuff up, we'll make sure to tag it here at the end of every episode and plug it.
Yeah.
But yeah, tune in next time. We'll make sure that we have more fun shit to talk about.
Fun shit. All right,
I'm
Matt.
And I'm Dana.
We'll see ya.
All right, guys. Have a good one.